Going North pod, Trevor, Mario.
Yo.
Talking some Packer football. 53-man rosters came out this week. We're one step closer to the Super Bowl, to February. But now things get serious. We're officially into week one. Final roster came out. Preseason's all done. We got we're rocking with into the regular season here. Mario, what are your thoughts on the 53 the Packers bring into the regular season here?
I mean, there really weren't any big cuts to be made. I thought that the roster came out pretty chalk, so to speak. A lot of the guys that we thought were going to make the team made the team, obviously. I think that's something that you can expect when you have a roster that's built the way that ours is built, and so much stability at so many positions. I guess I was a little bit surprised about the second-year guy out of Oregon, Jake Hanson, at center. I thought maybe he might be on the chopping block, but they said he had really good Pro Football Focus grades throughout the preseason. Sorry. That was really my only surprise. I guess you could say that Jake, D lineman, Heflin, I guess you could say he's a surprise. I mean, he was, undrafted free agent that ended up going to make the 53-man roster. But the only reason why I would say that it wasn't a surprise is because of the way he played during the preseason. I figured that he had to be somebody that would make the team.
Yeah, I think, you had a good call on Benkert, not going to be with the 53 and take a spot away for a quarterback. But the good thing is all the guys that could have potentially made the Packers team, I think, did make it to their practice squad. Nobody got snatched up, so they made good calls there. But the guys they did, we were bringing all those guys potentially. I mean, they could get snatched up throughout the year, but I think that was good where all those guys were still going to develop. So, yeah, if you lose Benker, someone snatch them up, so be it. But, they'll have another year with them, hopefully. It's interesting what they did with the punter. We basically cut J.K. Scott, traded for another punter from the Rams, Corey Bowe. Hopefully he has a big, year. I guess that says a lot, though, when you got the guy that is in camp with you, you cut, and then you take a guy that, you haven't been in camp with, that you're just seeing, what pretty much everybody else sees, I would assume, the preseason and whatever visible practice. So you're taking, a lot of other people's word and bringing somebody in and making a cut. And to me, that's always been interesting in the NFL, how they're able to, evaluate a player that's not even on your team as to whether they're going to make your final team, and you're actually getting rid of guys that practice with you throughout training camp, and you're getting rid of those guys that you've seen the whole time. So that's always, that's impressive to me.
Well, I think if you go back and you look at Corey's track record, the last 2 years in Buffalo, he had some great kicks, especially late in the playoffs, that just, were good winter kicks that we need in Green Bay. And then you follow up with that camp. According to Goot, they were basically watching this competition the whole time because they knew that the Chargers had such a great punter already on their roster. He's one of the best punters in the league. And then by him going over there to compete, they knew that they were going to try to make a move for whatever one of those two players they didn't want.
Anything we can do to improve the special teams, which is going to potentially be the weakest link on the Packers team and the thing that could, potentially screw them in bigger games. If anything they can do to improve that is the better. We can't be having 36, yard punts in the regular season.
No, 100%.
Not that we're going to punt much, but when you do punt, you want it to be either long or accurate. And so, if you could get somebody out there that can, flip the field a little bit for you, that's a plus. And hopefully the Packers special teams, improves this year and not, what we've come to expect the last few years.
I think, any way you can improve your roster, you do it, okay? And, people are like, well, we drafted J.K. Scott. We've drafted a lot of players in the first round throughout my years of being a Packer fan that haven't turned out to be a load of shit.
I'm not mad about drafting a punter.
I don't really care about drafting a punter and letting him go. And then we traded a 6th round pick. They gave us back a 7th. I mean, Goot's 7th round picks are crazy.
And then we also got another 7th round pick basically for free by trading Holman away, and he didn't even make the team.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make the team. Oh, he didn't make the team.
He didn't make the team, so we got a 7th round pick for that. So another, looked good move for Goot. I mean, why not? If he wasn't going to make our team anyway, and we got a 7th round pick out of it.
Yeah, I mean, Goot's been knocking the ball out of the park on a lot of things. I mean, this draft class is looking spectacular. I mean, the steal of the draft might be Hill. I mean, 255 or 256, wherever he was drafted at, is crazy. I mean, that kid is going to play.
I'm excited about all 3 of our running backs. Let's see what they can do and hopefully get all of them touches.
I don't think we got to hope nothing. I think they're going to get all. Matt, and I heard Goot talk about this too. He was saying that, that's one thing that they really love about Matt and Hackett and the offensive crew is they have so many weapons, but they figure out how to get everybody the ball. And I'm sure, Aaron's also involved in that.
Yeah.
But
speaking of Aaron, you got to wonder, read an article about him where he liked to have some, early morning talks about his spirituality versus J.K. Scott's Christianity, and they would have some, deep conversations. You got to wonder, we cut another one of his friends. We're going to have another, press conference about that.
I mean, if they could find out a way to hide a punter, I think he would. But you can't be mad when they cut a guy that's making 16-yard punts.
No,
occasionally.
And I'm the guys that did get cut from the Packers. I love the expanded practice squads. So you do get a chance to kind of develop some players. So I like that. So I mean, now knowing the 53 that we're rolling into the season with, and getting into the regular season. We want to get an update on our supposed rivals. The weekly update. We'll give you a weekly update on the Bears.
Update on the Bears
for this week. There's
literally nothing to say about the Bears. They suck.
For this week, the update is the Bears still suck.
Yes.
So we'll give you another update next week if
offensive line is horrible. I mean,
speaking of horrible offensive lines. Speaking of horrible offensive lines, I'd like to get to the other supposed rival, the Minnesota Vikings. Hearing a lot about you got these weapons. They traded for a tight end, Herndon from the Jets. Now I don't mind Herndon; he's a pretty athletic tight end, and obviously probably underrated with the Jets. Didn't get to kind of flourish the way you would with a different team. But they lost Irv Smith, but. You hear a lot about the Vikings fans. We got these weapons. We got Dalvin Cook, and we got Justin Jefferson coming back on his second year, and yada. Well, yeah, it's hard to do a lot on offense when A, your offensive line sucks, and B, your quarterback is barely average. I mean, yeah, he's gonna give you some numbers each year.
Okay, back to the Packers, because this is a Packer podcast, and we don't give a damn about any of these other teams that Trevor's talking about. So we'll get back to the Packers. What do you think about the game in Jacksonville?
I don't know. It's cool playing in Jacksonville. Shout out to New Orleans and hoping they're doing all right. And hopefully they get back in their stadium sooner rather than later. It was kind of funny that they came out that New Orleans was trying to consciously try to get a place to play where it'd make it a little bit harder for Packer fans or more expensive. There's not all the Packer fans that from Florida are going to go to that game. I mean, I think typical Jacksonville games are mostly away fans. I mean, so the Packers are one of the most well-traveled fans in the NFL. So they're going to go wherever, regardless of where it was going to be.
And I would even say that they're not one of the most traveled teams. They just have fans everywhere.
Well, yeah,
they don't even have to travel. There's just literally every state you go to, every country you go to, there's Packer fans. When you're in Florida, there's Packer fans. And then I hear that they're looking up the tickets from Green Bay. I don't know if they know much about Wisconsin, but I assume that they don't because nobody flies out of Green Bay. Okay? Nobody's looking to see how much a ticket to Florida is from Green Bay. Okay? That's one of our smallest airports that we have.
Well, you're definitely going to head down south on 41 for that and hit up, Mitchell in Milwaukee or O'Hare in Chicago and try to, you're not flying from Green Bay.
You're not flying. Yeah, they should definitely teach the Saints staffers that the only people that fly into the Green Bay airport are the NFL teams that are coming to play the Packers. Okay? No Joe Schmo is flying out of Green Bay.
The private airplanes that come in with the,
Lil Wayne and Anthony Davis. Yeah, they and the reporters for ESPN and stuff. Yeah, they use that airport. That's what that airport's for. It's for Rodgers to come back from Florida or California, Devontae to come back from California on their private jets, stuff like that, team charters. But for them, they dropped the ball on that one because I'm pretty sure you can get a cheap flight. I mean, I will say that I'm sure out of all the places too, I mean, Jacksonville isn't like this diehard destination to get to either. You know what I mean?
No, and it was cool that they stepped up and using their stadium, whatever. I mean, it's a neutral game. I'm not considering that a home game for the Saints by any means. Shout out to the Jacksonville social media person. They had it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I seen that. I saw that.
Under the mat, like, hey, here's the key to the place.
That was nice.
Make yourself at home.
I mean, the only thing I'm worried about down there is it's going to be hot. So players are going to have to be well hydrated. That's the only thing that
it seemed when the Packers played Jacksonville 3-4 years ago to open the season, and it looked like the heat was starting to affect them. So they really, I think the Packers didn't win by much against Jacksonville down there, but I'm expecting we're rolling down to Jacksonville in a neutral site with the Saints coming out of the Drew Brees era. We'll see that Sean Payton's gonna have a much more influence on this team with a raw quarterback to use and with Jameis Winston. So we will get into some Saints Packers preview next week. We'll have another pod before the game. This week we got Badger football tomorrow, Penn State.
Yep, so Badger football, Penn State tomorrow. The one thing I want to get to about the 53-man roster, though, Trevor, is what do you think about our last chance youth star?
Yeah, that was an interesting spot. Who was going to be the backup edge rusher behind our main three? I was kind of like Tipa, and I liked him on special teams. I kind of thought he had a good chance to make the team.
He's not the practice squad.
He's been around the team for 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, practice squad guy.
Yeah, so they'll get a chance to hold on to him hopefully. But it was interesting. And he did step up in those last preseason games, Rivers, and played well. And I think that's how he earned his spot. Was you see probably the two biggest performers in the preseason made the team with Malik and the defensive player. So. If you can earn your spot sometimes in the preseason, those games aren't meaningless. I mean, we didn't take a whole lot out of them. We did pods on them, and they're like, whatever, the Packers back us. But, so the two guys did earn their spot, I think, during those preseason games.
100%. I mean, yeah, that's what preseason is for, though. Preseason is more for the players than the fans. It's for, the cut guys to, prove why they should be on the team, the bubble people. So, I think the preseason we got, some good looks out of it. We were able to.
I hope Rivers could take advantage of the opportunity. He, I want to go back and watch that East Mississippi season of Hard Knocks to see if he's in there at all. But hopefully he can take advantage of the opportunity. I mean, he made a great roster that's going for a Super Bowl this year. So
yeah, absolutely. So did you see the post with Rodgers and LaFleur?
Oh, Rodgers loving LaFleur.
Yeah. I call him LaFleur, Gucci Man LaFleur.
Yeah.
That's what I call him. Because he's to me, he's probably like one of the best coaches in the NFL. But, Rodgers posting that picture is just another sign to me that he's just fucking with the media constantly.
Trolling.
Everything is about fucking with the media. He hates the media.
That's fine. I'm not too worried about, that kind of stuff. where he's posting and stuff. I mean, I want to see.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to be worried about when a guy posts a picture like they said we wouldn't get along. Obviously, him and the coach are getting along.
It's funny. He's trolling the media.
I love it.
And, yeah, that's what he does.
I love anybody that trolls the media.
I loved it, too, up until the antics this last year. I loved his demeanor of the media and kind of messing with them and stuff. But now, after last year...
Well, see, I don't even blame him too much. I blame more the media for coming out with these fake stories in regards to Aaron Rodgers. The only thing Aaron didn't do was come out and just speak on it and say how he felt like he did in that first press conference where he did come off kind of sounding, everything's about me a little bit. But I will say that majority of the whole beef was the media.
Yeah, and he has expounded more on why he didn't say nothing and why he chose to stay silent, and he's been talking a lot about why he didn't come out and say anything and what his reasoning behind that was. And the more I hear him justify it, I'm okay with why he didn't say anything. It's frustrating for a lot of people, and it was frustrating exactly what you're talking about, because the media had the chance to just go crazy with it. Like, they could say whatever they wanted, and they're not getting corrected, or all they're doing is talking about, well, Rodgers' close friend says this. And somebody talked to Rodgers last month, and this is what he said to him. And so it was just a whole bunch of, they could go wild because Rodgers wasn't saying anything, and it sounded like his camp, his agent or nothing, wasn't saying anything. So, I
think that all just said that he was coming back.
Yeah, he said he was deciding, and he
I think
minute, and then he woke up one day like, oh yes, I got to come back to the Packers with unfinished business, which is good to hear, because now that he's saying that, he keeps saying that I didn't want to end it like it was last year. Shit, I agree. Let's do it.
Run it back.
We got that team from last year basically coming back with lost a couple offensive linemen, but we brought in some draft picks and some good players this year. Let's do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the offensive line, I think they'll survive fine until Bakhtiari comes back. I think Elton Jenkins is going to make himself a whole lot of money this first quarter of the season by showing that he could be a premier left tackle in the NFL, and which is is great for the Packers because he's there, but at the same time, oh crap, we're going to have to pay this guy top tackle money now. So I think they're gonna be fine until Bakhtiari comes back. That offensive line will only get better when he comes in. You're getting one of the best tackles in the league back, and at some point, it seemed like he would possibly be ready for the beginning of the season. So you got to figure right when he's eligible to come back when he's.
He'll be back week 6 for sure. I also want to give a huge congratulations to Al Harris and my favorite, one of my legends growing up, Charles Woodson. I'm making the Packer Hall of Fame. It's well-deserved. 2 great players did fabulous things for the organization. Much gratitude to you guys. Well-deserved, and thank you for everything you did for this organization.
Shout out Al Harris, Charles Woodson, Packers legends. Wish Woodson could have been more, around here longer, but the Packers getting him in that free agency and bringing him in to win a Super Bowl was legendary. He was one of the top corners when he came to the Packers. And elevated it.
One of the happiest days of my Packer fandom, getting my idol Charles Woodson on my favorite team. Because you might grow up loving these guys and they go to other teams. You still want your team to beat them, But when they come to your team and help your team achieve greatness. Man,
yeah, it's not all. Well, I wasn't so much, a big fan of players and different, sometimes there's a player you like and you want to see in the NFL, but more fan of Wisconsin Badgers, and it's not very often a Badger goes to the Packers, so I'm able to really root for them. I like to see, the Jonathan Taylors, the J.J. Watts, and all the guys do good, but when a Packer comes to the Badgers, so, unfortunately, my guy Cole Van Lanen.
Practice squad kid.
I hopefully he's,
making $200,000 a year to be on the practice squad isn't a bad gig in your hometown.
No, and I think especially with the opportunity to possibly make the team next year.
Grow with the team. There's going to be players, obviously, As the salary cap goes next year, there's going to be players that we're going to have to move on from. Maybe some of them are veteran O-linemen, things of that nature. So those practice squad offensive linemen, if they just do what they have to do and focus on their job and focus on getting better every single day, I mean, there's 100% real opportunity next year to make the squad.
I think that's a good point. I think not only the offensive linemen on the practice squad, but all the players in the practice squad. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to make some tough cap decisions next year. So a lot of young guys are going to have to play some more significant roles.
100%. So have you seen my guy, one of the greatest Packer fans out there? Have you seen my guy? My guy, Matt Ramage.
Okay.
Ramage.
Okay, yeah.
My guy be going crazy. He be stunting on the Bears, the Vikings. I mean, that guy is hilarious. I love what he does. I love his social media. I mean, I would love to get the guy on the podcast and see what he has to say.
I could definitely fuck with dude. I could have a few beers with that guy.
I was just going to say, if he ever wants to meet us at a game at Kroll's, first 2 rounds on us. Okay?
We got Bloody Marys and beers.
But whatever you drink, you know what I'm saying? If you drink Bloody... I mean, I'm not going to buy you a bottle of champagne, but maybe if we win the Super Bowl, we can pop a couple bottles of champagne.
I don't know if they got the champagne at Kroll's.
But I'm just saying, like, not the high-end price. You know what I'm saying? Like, beer, Bloody Marys. I mean, it's already high on game day. You know what I'm saying? $7 for a Bloody Mary. It's not even... It's probably like a 12-ounce Bloody Mary.
Oh, we tailgating, baby. Let's go.
We're getting drunk, for sure.
Monday night, Detroit Lions, season opener.
Oh,
fans
man.
Back in the building.
It's going to be crazy.
Pumped. Now, we're not overlooking week 1, but to be back at Lambeau, holy cow, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait to experience the energy in there. I can't wait to... I mean, it's going to be so crazy. I mean...
to be honest with you, I mean... Right off the bat, we're going to mop the Saints. I don't know what people think about this. I mean, I know I'm not as much of a betting guy like you and Troy, but, we're going to mop the Saints week 1. And mark it.
Well, I just was looking at our schedule today and went through it, trying to see what our record would be. I got us going about, I mean, to be honest, I think we're going to go 16-1. I said 15-2.
Okay.
Because I saw the losses I picked out were at Baltimore and at KC. But I could see us winning one of those games for sure and going 16-1.
I could see us winning one of those games and losing to a team that we should beat, because that usually happens.
We're sweeping the division. Mark my word, we're 6-0 in the division. And there's not going to be one competitive game.
I mean, recent history with Matt LaFleur against the division, it doesn't look good for anybody else.
And this year, there's not a good team in our division.
I mean, I tried talking about the Vikings. They just re-signed Harrison Smith. Which
we don't need to get into who they signed. All we know,
that's Rodgers.
And all we have to talk about is that the teams in our division suck. I don't give a damn who's on their team, what they got going on. That's how irrelevant these teams are.
The Bears still suck, and the Lions are so irrelevant of an organization. It's actually going to be comical to kind of watch them throughout the year with their new coach and what they got
His
going on. His
little rah-rah.
They're going to be a fun group to watch, not because they're going to win, just because of the antics and what's going to happen.
I mean, I do like Quintez Cephas, though.
Oh yeah, obviously former Badgers. Yeah, we this pod is definitely a former Badger fan pod.
So Drake's new album is Certified Lover Boy. Ours is Certified Loving Badger players.
NFLers. Yes.
Player NFLers. Yes.
Yep. Unless
I hate Russell.
there is a caveat to that. Minnesota Badgers and Bear Badgers. You're off the radar until you get to a more.
No. See, I disagree because when Gabe Creamy went to the Bears,
done with them.
I'm just gonna say this: the Bears suck. These teams are all irrelevant. So if they get this Badger player, I hope he does good. I know the team's still not gonna beat us, so it doesn't matter.
Well, but you go to a team over that their only goal is to beat the Packers.
But they're not irrelevant. So what's the matter? They might beat us, and then they're still at home in November.
I
mean, not in January. They're still at home. Irrelevant.
And Russell Wilson gets the half Badger. He wants to claim, some NC
I don't claim him.
He gets a half Badger.
I don't claim him because he only went here. Like, he was on campus for 5 months.
He gets a partial Badger then.
No, he gets no Badger. I mean, he won't even admit us. He's like a pack of wolves. A pack of Badgers or whatever.
A pack of Badgers.
The Badgers don't even travel in packs.
Well, yeah, gosh darn it, doesn't say that. It says more about NC State's.
He can claim NC State. He went there 3 years. It says
more about their education than hopefully the Badgers' education. But we don't really claim Russell. But the rest of the Badgers, we were a pro Badger NFL podcast. Packers. We'll talk a little bit of Wisconsin football here and there. Season opener against Penn State tomorrow, so we'll be going to that thing, checking that out. Getting ready for week 1, Thursday night, NFL opens. It's always fun. I even felt it in the air today. Just a little slight tinge. You could feel the humidity going away a little bit of chilliness creeping into the atmosphere, and it was delightful. I was like, all right, you actually get a little kind of want to go, punch something. Like football season's coming.
Yeah, see, I'm not there. I'm not at the
football season's here.
I thought you were gonna say, line up and tackle somebody or something. You talking about punching people? And
well, no, not people. I'm just saying you get kind of hyped up. I got the flag footballers. You get hyped up.
Flag foot. Oh my God! Now he's trying to punch flag footballers. Oh my God!
We're not punching anybody. We're not. Nobody's punching anybody. We're just getting maybe punch a window or something.
Oh my God! Now we're vandalism. You
feel it. Football's in the air. Fall's coming.
You felt like tackling somebody. Football.
This is the time of year.
Tackle somebody, line up in front of them. Get some bull in the ring going, something like that.
Yeah, just that time of year. Get your bow out, start shooting. Get out to the range, get your gun sighted in.
Okay.
Hunting season's coming.
Okay.
You got the Packer season is coming. Badgers starting this weekend. Fall is coming.
I'm
Labor Day.
I'm big fall, big Labor Day guy because I'm a laborer. You know what I'm saying? But it's football season. It's here. We're less than a week away from the start of the NFL season. We're pumped to have you guys here with us. We're pumped to take you on this journey to the Packers. Next Super Bowl, the third one that I'll be able to see in my lifetime. And we're just here recording this so you guys can look back and be like, them are two smart motherfuckers that knew a lot of fucking shit.
He called that shit.
Yeah. He said that was going to happen. That shit happened. So, yeah, we appreciate you guys.
We're going to, we'll be coming with some game day. You'll get to, see what we experience game day Packer Sundays. So we'll take you along for this 2021 Super Bowl. Green Bay Packers, go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.
The Green Bay Packers are doing it again. Hey, 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 let's go Green Bay.